and the Rue de Rivoli. I said to her, I said, what do you know? I'm as excited as I was when I was 26. Or was I 26? And then a friend of ours came to see us. Her name is Madame Suzanne Wilhelm. And her grandson is a member of our congregation. And because he loved his grandmother so much, I told her we're going to be there. And she came to see us. And when she walked into the room, she was dapper. She had a rakish hat on her head and a beautiful coat and no glasses, ruddy countenance. And I said, Madame, if you don't mind, how old are you? Well, she said, I'm 83. And I said, no glasses. And I immediately took mine off and stuck ruddy countenance. She conducts classes, gymnastic classes, giving people good bodily posture. And I said to her, you're a genius. At 83, with this vitality and this energy, I said, you astonish me. I'm going to be 83 in about 25 years myself. I said, tell me how you're enthusiastic and vital and vigorous and clear-eyed and healthy at 83. She said one word. Jesus. He, she says, is the greatest medicine for health and well-being. She said, 40 years ago, my life crashed in upon me. Everything went to pieces. I was utterly hopeless. So I sat and I thought, do I remain this way? Or do I turn my back on this and live? And she said, I talked to Jesus about it. And he said to me, if you will put your life in my hands, I will keep you vital, healthy, enthusiastic, and happy for long years. And she said, it's been 43 years ago. And when she went out of the room, down the stairway towards the elevator, she walked straight and vigorous. And when the elevator came, gave me a wave of the hand, au revoir. And she was gone. But not out of my mind. I can see her. If I were to ask her about this text, she would say, that's what's happened to me. He filled my mind full of good things so that I could be strong and young like an eagle. Well, now there's one more thing. You know, in order to keep your enthusiasm going, in order to have enthusiasm in the first place, you've got to act it and think it. There was a professor in this country years ago by the name of William James. He announced what he called the as-if principle. I've spoken about it many times. If you want to be one way which you're not, you act as if you were the other way. For example, if you're full of fear and you don't want to be full of fear, you act as if you were full of courage. And the more you act that way, the more you think that way, the more all of the forces of your nature conspire to make you that way. You can become any way you want to become if you want to be badly enough, and if you think that way, and if you act that way. Now, you may say to me this morning, this enthusiasm business is all great, but I haven't got any enthusiasm. And you can't go and buy it in a store, so if you haven't got enthusiasm, how can you be enthusiastic? Well, the answer to that is you start acting enthusiastic. The next day you get up, which is tomorrow morning, you speak in an enthusiastic manner to your wife or to your husband or to whoever's around. And you talk enthusiastically to everybody all day long. And you act like the 7th day of May, 1979 is the most terrific day. That's tomorrow. And it'll become that way. What in the world is the use of living if you don't give it all you've got? And when you get with Jesus, I've seen many sleepy people come alive when they met Jesus. He fills them with this Spirit. He gives them this aliveness. He fills your mind with good things so that you become strong and young like an eagle. What do you think about yourself? That's the question. Well, I meet people everywhere, and they come and they tell me things that have happened to them. I go around my own little old humble way, making talks here and elsewhere. I believe in people. The thing that keeps my enthusiasm going is people like you. I take a look at you. I stand here and look at you. And you know something? You are terrific. You really are. Now, I met a man the other day at a meeting where I spoke. He told me how he'd messed up his life and how the failure he'd been, how his enthusiasm had departed from him. But he said he read one of my little sermons in which I advocated praying big, believing big, and so forth. And he told me that he knew he'd been small. I guess he got the eagle concept. He wanted to be an eagle. But he said, I've improved on what you had in your sermon. He said, I've adopted the 11 big plan. And he reeled it off to me, and I copied it down. This is what he says he does every morning and every night. Pray big, think big, believe big, act big, dream big, work big, give big, forgive big, love big, be big, laugh big. Isn't that tremendous? So when you go out of here this morning, remember those 11 things. Pray big, think big, believe big, act big, dream big, work big, give big, forgive big, love big, be big, and laugh big. And you'll find that He has filled your mind with good things so that you can be young and strong like an eagle. And you'll have enthusiasm going for you as long as you live. Our Father in heaven, love these people. Inspire these people. Lift up all these people to enthusiastic, exciting, wonderful life through the only one who gives that, namely the Savior, Jesus Christ. the most exciting personality